Hello, how are you? It's good to have you back here with me today again. Well, this year, I think plants, flowers, blossoms, weeds, I think they grow rather fast. And flowers and the blossoms seem to bloom a little earlier, I would say. But then they also said the same thing last year, though. So I don't know if it really is caused by the global warming or it's just another coincidence. Anyway, today's idioms. All right. The first one is okay, to take for example someone by surprise. It means to surprise, to appear unexpectedly. For example, okay, her appearance took me completely by surprise. I was kind of shocked that she showed up because I didn't expect. Or let's say the actions of some nations took everyone by surprise a year ago. You know what am I talking about, right? Unfortunately, it has been years since they started. But the world is not having that problems only. There are many, almost like a countless problems everywhere in the world. And the history always has been that way. But unfortunately, this particular one involved almost everywhere in the world. And the effect is not only in economics, but food. Many people couldn't eat or buy anything. And so that creates a lot of problems. But most of all, most of us started to feel a little scared. And we would not like to live like that. Okay, the second idiom for today is to keep in touch with, especially with someone. It means to stay in touch with or to continue in communication with. For example, if someone is going to move away from the town so that I cannot see that person easily anymore, then I would say, oh, you can email me every few days. And in that way, we can keep in touch with one another, right? When I was a teenager, I used to have many pen friends or pen pals. And at that time, of course, there was no email system existed. So I used to write letters to all my pen friends. They have to wait for their reply. And it used to take a long time, not only a few days, sometimes even months. So compared to those time, today it's like it's so easy. You can also talk with this kind of vision. It's like a television, telephone, right? So things are more convenient. Okay, the last sentence here today is, let's say, my high school best friend promised to keep in touch or stay in touch with me while he was abroad. But unfortunately, he didn't. Obviously, I was that important in his life. I thought he was in my life, but I don't know. sometimes the best friends you're saying when you were very young, you probably don't know what you are talking about. Sad, but that was the reality. And I still don't know how he's doing or what he's doing since he never kept in touch with me. So I don't care either. See, I made better new friends after that. Okay. Today's words. The first one is opponent. It means a person who is on the other side of a fight, a game, or discussion, or a person fighting, struggling, or speaking against another. That's opponent. For example, let's say, okay, the Russia is a bitter opponent of violent force against Ukraine, which is happening now, right? Another word, let's say, okay, the previous president of the United States, Trump, was sure that he would be victorious, but in the reality, he lost his opponent, who was Mr. Biden. That happened, right? Okay, the second word today is brawl. That means a noisy quarrel or fight. For example, it's not a brawl, but a war between Russia and Ukraine. That's what we are having now. Another one is, for example, before the competition, the opponent team looked very strong, we thought. But they also thought we were very strong as well. Sometimes we often feel like that when you are young and you are in a sport team and when you go to competition side there and you see your opponent teams there and they look strong, bigger, better trained, better strategies they have, or maybe they had a special practice, and then we feel like, oh my goodness, I don't think we can win over them. You know, you get a cold feet. That means you get kind of scared. You're not sure if you can really play your best. But then the same thing, they might think about ourselves that way too. But it happens. Okay, that's all for today. Take care of yourself. Bye for now.